Pennsylvania Rock Show! Welcome to the Pennsylvania Rock Show Flashback. Step into the DeLorean, fire up the flux capacitor, and head back in time. Pennsylvania Rock Show Flashback.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 12 of Pennsylvania Rock Show Flashback. With me this evening is Erika from Storms Within. And this is take two because the streaming wasn't working, so bear with us. So we're going to start over. We're going to pretend like I didn't ask you anything yet.
Fair enough.
So first we're going to talk about Fallen, which was released, I think, January of 2023.
Correct. Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about Not So Easy, which is a June 5th, 2026 release. That one I knew for sure.
Correct.
And,
that you're right on the nose there.
And then we're also going to talk about something really cool that Storms Within has going on, which also involves Pittsburgh's Reign of Lzzy and some pretty big named musicians that you're going to recognize. But that's my tease, so you have to wait. Alright, so I asked you and I let you talk, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this version. Tell us a little bit about Fallen and how it was recorded and anything that was different between the time that you recorded it in 2023 and your latest recording in 2026.
So, with that recording of Fallen, we signed with Monochrome Studios. We recorded with producer Zach Kubiak. He did the entire Minds of the Wicked album. And like I was saying earlier, what we did was we did what every musician right after COVID or during COVID, we were hammering out music. We wanted to get in the studio. We wanted to get things recorded. We wanted to get music out there because prior to that, yes, obviously recorded music's big, but nobody could go out and see it. So that was a big thing for us. So the studio musicians that were on that album, it was myself, Tom Worst, Dave Salufo, Mike Losey, and Ron Dickham on drums. So that was who recorded and who did Fallen on the Minds of the Wicked album.
Equipment wise, was there anything majorly different? Not necessarily the instruments that were being played, but is there anything unique?
I'm trying to think. I honestly don't think so. Our recording process, once we kind of got used to how it's done in the studio, we did I always refer to it as a bootleg, but it wasn't that way. We went into the studio years and years ago when we had first started making music and recorded with Dan Donch in Meadville, Pennsylvania. And it was like one of those punch processing kind of things. It wasn't as electronic, and I mean, it's so crazy now to see how quickly you can get music recorded. But it was a really cool process. And essentially with Delusional Confidence, and then this new single, everything we did in-house in a studio. And I mean, that was basically it. We hammered out parts one by one. And then this time around, so Dave Salufo, our guitar player, is also a producer. He runs Shattered Tear Music and Merch, and he's the one who recorded this new single. So the only thing that was different is that we did it with him in his studio, and then we got to mix it ourselves, which was a little bit different because obviously the mixing and mastering was done by Zach last time, and Dave would mix and master and then send and say, okay, guys, tweak it, and then mix and master and then send it to us again and say, okay, guys, tweak it. So it was a lot more lengthy process this go around of the mixing and mastering and getting it exactly how we wanted. And I think that you can tell Not So Easy is so much different than anything else we've recorded. And a lot of people have commented that, and I really appreciate that they see the difference and how much we put into it. So
So before we jump to talking a little bit more about Not So Easy, let's take a break here visually, sort of, and watch the Fallen video. But those of you on the radio side, you're just going to get to hear it unless you head to buildascene.com and track down this flashback episode. Then you can watch the video or head to YouTube, which is where I found it. I think that's also Storms Within official. Oh, yes. Definitely, stormswithinofficial.com is probably the easiest place to find it. And with that said, we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We just heard Fallen, released in 2023, and we got a little bit of insight into Not So Easy. But there's band changes that went on before this single was recorded. And why don't you tell us a little bit more about Not So Easy and maybe a little bit about the song, kind of your MTV moment. Tell us what it's about or what you're willing to tell us about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we have had a few lineup changes through the past couple of years. As a lot of you know, or I'm sure anybody that's watching this know, we've been pedal to the metal since we released Minds of the Wicked. So it was a lot for Mike Lzzy, our bassist at the time. We were recording 2-3 days a week. We were practicing 1 day a week. We had shows every weekend. It's a lot. And we were just going. He gracefully bowed out and said, "Hey guys, it's a lot. And I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'll wait until you guys find somebody." And that's when we found Stan Cartwright. And Stan filled in, and it was a really cool exchange. Female Fest a couple of years ago, the two of them kind of swapped off on stage. And that was when Stan came into the band. And then let me think. We've got Tom, Dave, Ron, and then recently, within the last couple of months, I want to say it was March of this past year, we brought in Brian Markle. He was formerly of The Undone. What was funny, comical about that is, so his band had broke up, various reasons, and he was putting together a big benefit called Life's a Beach. It's a suicide prevention fest. Every dollar goes to the National Suicide Prevention Foundation. And we felt terrible that his band had just broke up. Now he's not playing in his own festival. So we're like, hey, let's learn one of the Undone songs, and you'll be able to play on stage, And so it morphed into us learning the Undone song and then him learning a Storm song to stay on stage. And then it was like little by little through the weeks prior to leading up to the show, he learned another song and then another song, another song. So Tom was like, dude, 3 guitar players? I don't know. That's going to be kind of weird. Like, we're going to be that band. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, let's sit down and actually listen and see whether or not this enhances our sound. And it just makes it so full. He's really taken the time to listen to the songs, learn the gaps. He doesn't want to be. Dave's our solo boy. The man will solo for 35 minutes a set. Okay, but Tom and Brian kind of hold down the rhythm, so it gives Tom a little bit extra room to play. Whereas Brian just wants to stick to the rhythm, be straight through. And just kind of jam, and it fits and it works for us. So that's what's been changed between then and then this new lineup. So
cool. I need to come up with a better word than cool when we get to the end of an answer.
All right.
I'm only on like episode 1,000 out of all of my stuff, and I still do that. It's a hard habit to break.
That's all good.
So let's talk about female. Is it female fest? I thought there was a word in there.
Feature fest.
Feature fest. That was it. You didn't say that earlier, and it threw me off.
Yeah. When I'm quick talking, sometimes I leave little things out, I guess.
So you're on year 4 or year 5 of that?
We're on year 4 of Female Feature Fest. Yeah.
So why don't you just give us a quick rundown on that, and then we'll listen to Not So Easy, and then we'll come back and talk about that cool thing that I teased at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Female Feature Fest is going to be on September 26th, 2026 this year, starts at 2 p.m. 18 bands, all featuring female musicians of varying degrees. We've got drummers, guitar players, bassists, singers, you name it, they're going to be there. They are from Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Ohio this year. We have about a split bill, half that have played in the last couple of years and half that are brand spanking new. And the genres are multi. We've got, acoustic acts all the way up to, we've got like this crazy 9-piece jazz band, jazz, all the different kinds of music band. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be here in Erie, Pennsylvania at Centennial Hall. Ticket links are going to be going up here July 1st. So that's here shortly, a couple days. And then we're going to full bore send that once we get through what we're going to talk about later.
On that note, we'll be right back.
Yeah, so just like he said, on July 10th, we have the honor and privilege of being one of 3 bands selected to play the Women of Metal exhibit. It's a featurette that is going to be opened. And we got the shocking announcement that Lzzy Hale is also going to be performing. We did not know. We knew back in April when we were asked that it was going to be us, Maxilla, and Reign of Z. What we did not know is that she was performing, because we were given the details of everything, the lineup, everything. Like I said, it was 7 to 10, all the things, whatever. And then the 16th, I think they held off, because originally it was supposed to be announced the 9th. They held off to the 16th, and she committed, and we were all crying. We were we were all hysterical, because already this is such a huge moment for women in music, women in metal. And to play a exhibit opening at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is wild in itself. But then to see that Lzzy Hale, one of the women that have been pushing hard rock and heavy metal over the last 2 decades, I mean, it's incredible. And what's even better, and we've been joking because she's opening, so she's opening for us, that kind of thing. Because technically we were the show openers, which we were more than happy to do. But she's going to be kicking it off at 7, and then I believe we start at 7:40, so we're right after her.
So I wonder, it's her and is it Tom? Is that his name?
I think it's Joe. Joe Hottinger.
A normal American generic name, and I'll apologize to him if he ever watches this, knowing that my name is Bill. But I wonder if they're going to do something acoustic, since it's just the 2 of them.
Yeah, so from what we were told is it's going to be an acoustic act. They're going to play several songs. It was originally only like 2 or 3 songs, but now they're playing a half hour worth of music. So like I said, the lineup was just posted online yesterday for the actual time. I know for us, we've got to be there for sound check at 4, but Lzzy is playing for the first half hour, and then we were told we need to have our together because we have 10-minute changeovers. So
good luck with that.
Oh yes. So we have an arsenal of people that are ready, because the other two bands are 4-person bands, and we are 6. So we've got to get our amps for the 2 extra guitar players off, and luckily everybody's sharing drum kits, so that's going to be a huge time saver, lifesaver. But yeah, it's going to be a stressful day. But we are so honored to have been chosen to play. So yeah, we're stoked.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for hanging out with me and letting me play Not So Easy for what I think is its streaming debut as far as podcasts.
Yep.
And everybody, if you're in the Cleveland area, we had talked about this in the past, and I told, or yeah, it was you. It wasn't Zoja. My son is headed to Case Western Reserve University, and I was hoping it was when he was there because it would give me a reason to tell my wife, "Hey, I'll be right back." But it's a little early. But if you're in the Cleveland area, or you want to go check out that exhibit, July 10th is the day to do that. So you can see Storms Within, Reign of Z. Is it Maxilla? Maxilla?
Like Godzilla, but with Max.
Got it. And of course, Lzzy Hale.
Yeah.
So with that said, Erika, thanks for hanging out with me. Anybody who was trying to watch us live, you're going to see this shortly at the end. That's a weird time to say that, but we are out of here.
See ya. Thanks, guys.